Hello and welcome back everybody to another great episode from the Geek Tech Show. In today's episode we are gonna do a review of the Sambas, not really the Sambas, but the next best thing to them, which is, oh yeah, those are the amazing, smells delicious, the Kalamandras shoes. Jeez, I can't pronounce those, whatever they are, they're good. And I really like those. PS. So what makes those shoes so great, apart that this has an indestructible thing to this? You know what? The green, this is green version, but specifically the brown version of the bottom of this thing actually bends. Everything else in this lineup doesn't even bend at all. Oh, does it? You know, interesting thing about this is the following. Is that it bends only one way. This way, it doesn't. Down, nah. It only bends up, which is the way this shoe is supposed to be. I mean, when you're stepping on it, you automatically step like this. You don't actually automatically step the other way around. Now with cheap shoes, it can bend both ways. This can only bend one way, the way your foot is actually designed to actually bend in between. So we have 3 different pairs of this same exact shoes. Why do we have 3 different pairs? Because they're so good. That's right, that I couldn't even make up my mind which one am I keeping for myself. So I bought all 3 of those different pairs because I thought that this is gonna be the shoe that I'm waiting for. Smells good, feels good, and now I'm going to be doing a head-to-head comparison between all those shoes. And of course this one, the all black version, comes in a real leather upper. Everything is leather on the top. Smells leather, feels leather, it actually touches leather. The feeling when you put your hand on this is just amazing. That's the feeling you want to get when you're touching a shoe. And in the bottoms, oh yeah, not only those are Spider-Man like grips, you can actually sand your nails with this as well. That is another use for those shoes too. Now talking about those shoes, they also come with different kind of additions. This is the special green version of it. I like the bottom of it. In fact, they have a bottom that goes brownish, and the top, which is going to be black, combining both of 2 worlds combined. But unfortunately, the greenish version, this is just material, man-made. I'm not a fan of this. Not a fan of this cheap material. I like it all leather. The smell is okay, but nothing smells better fresh in the morning than, oh yeah, real leather shoes. Not only you look stylish, and you know what, it matches my style as well. Whole black, dark looking style. This shoe matches my style. On the other hand, the white version, I don't know about that. I mean, it looks good, it feels good, it is too white. Let's put those on my feet and find out with the ultimate test. Do those really nice looking shoes, are they really the shoes that you should be getting for yourself? If you did enjoy this channel, make sure you subscribe to it. Lots of video reviews, lots of other content coming up soon to this channel. Hello and welcome back everybody to the channel. And in today's video we are gonna be doing a video review of, guess what, shoes. And over here I have a bunch of different pairs because people have been asking me about how many different pairs do I have. I thought about bringing every single one of them down here, but then I decided I can't. There's just way too many pair of shoes here. Mostly I do Merrells, sometimes I do Timberlands, I do other things such as Vibram. I like all kinds of different shoes. Merrells are definitely my favorite, but my newest favorite is this. And I just got those right in the mail, fresh brand new from the factory. So we have 3 different pairs of shoes here to compare between them, and every single one of those is different. There's different price points to them as well. So let's get started with talking about them. So definitely this is the old style. I did love the original ones, and this is just a better version of the originals as well. But what it happens here is that they give you three different versions, variations of the same exact shoes here. But there is a few different differences between them. So the cheapest version is actually this one right here. And what makes it so cheap is actually the material that they've been using for this one. Let's put this aside here, and I'm going to be showing you what I mean by why is this the cheapest one here. It is because this part, instead of being a leather upper, it's actually fabric-like material here. So it doesn't give you the same details and as the other two. On the other hand, the grip is still the same. I actually prefer this grip much more, and just the core of it, which is kind of like brownish transparent, than the all black version or the white version myself. And I was hoping, in the picture itself it looks like this shoe is actually black, but it's not, it's green. So with photography wise, and sometimes with the light itself, it shines in a way that is a little different than it should be actually shining. So you think it is actually black in the picture, but it's not, it's actually greenish. It looks good. I mean, if you are a soccer player or something like that, but in terms of looks by themselves, I think the one that shines the most is this one right here, which is just like fat, really awesome looking shoe in every possible way and dimension. You want attention to yourself, you want people to really look at you funny, this is the shoe for you to get. But interestingly enough, this one will get you more attention just because it actually stands out more from farther away because of the tracks themselves. And this one is all black, so somebody has to get close to you to be able for you to get the real attention seeking that you are really trying to get with those shoes, if that's what you're really after. Now, talking about attention seeking over here, well, we got the all white version over here, and this one is just nice looking. Unfortunately, this one is too white, and if this was the bottom of it was black, it would have been cool, or even brown. Instead, it's all white. And you know, this thing is going to get super dirty very fast, extremely fast, because white attracts all kinds of dirt in every possible way. So between those three kinds of shoes, you really are thinking about two things: style, and two, about the upper side of this. Which one you prefer? Which is the leather upper, which both of them have, or the material like upper over here. And this one is just much cheaper. That's really the biggest difference over here. Unfortunately, when we put this on my feet, you're going to find out if it actually squeaks, which was an issue with one of those shoes before. Those versions do not actually squeak because they're all leather. They can't squeak. There's nothing to squeak on. A few other things about those shoes is sleek wise. Awesome looking. And do they pass the smell test? I hate stinky shoes. Oh yeah, that is amazing. By themselves, the grip here, you gotta be like a muscular dude, like a really muscular dude to try to bend those things. Oh, yeah, don't bend. You're gonna have a hard time breaking those things. And I'm talking about hard time here. Now, if you like shoes that almost never break, those are it. So those things, you can probably slap them against the wall or something. And those have like the Spider-Man grip. So they look kind of funky, futuristic, like cool looking shoes. Really cool. So let's go ahead and examine them on my feet and see how they actually look about. And let's get started with that. 3 kinds of shoes, all kinds of different flavors. Which ones are the keepers? I'm hinting, this one. So I get to try the black ones on. They are actually a little bit more comfortable than the other ones because they have all leather mesh all over the place. There's also two ways for you to tie those shoes: the original way and the new space age way, which is you put them right inside of the shoe itself. The reason why I'm not trying the white ones on, you can actually see why right here. You can't even tell the difference between them and the background itself. So pretty much those are going to be the same exact shoes here. Black is the same as the white ones. They also are feeling super comfy, as if you're walking in your pajamas, or more like slippers. Very good freedom of movement as well. They do make a little bit of squeaking sound, but it's not really noticeable. This is actually my pants, by the way. Oh, that was the shoe, by the way. One thing that I don't like about them, this brand new thing I just figured out, is that you can accidentally, actually, if you touch them with each other, making a weird rubber-like sound. But that's something for people who are clumsy, not as myself. Really nice looking, stylish looking shoes. Feel great, and they look good. Really amazing on your feet too. I do like how they feel. I like how you can adjust this whole thing. Stylish, beautiful looking, and gives you a lot of really freedom of movement and everything else in between. And I do like those shoes. I like them a lot. This is why I bought like 3 different pairs for me, because I can wear them to different kind of places and never feel boring ever again. It's never boring when you have different kind of shoes with you. Overall, very nice looking, feel good. I like the leather itself. It feels so much more better than the synthetic material that the other version, the cheaper version. You might save a few bucks, but leather is really gonna be more waterproof, more durable. It looks better, and nothing beats that in the long term. So the shoes themselves are gonna last you much longer. Although you think you're saving the environment and by getting the synthetic material, you are not. They are not gonna last you as long as the old leather mesh, by the way. And one other thing, you might see me having all those different kind of pair of shoes. I do wear all of mine. So this is something for you to keep in mind. I don't collect shoes. I wear them. I use them. I just like variety, because variety is the spice of life. Now that being said, over here you can even see the glue marks that separates the shoe with this, but sometimes you can. So this is something that you should always keep a lookout on. If you have a bad copy, you're going to be seeing a little bit elements of glue. Well, this apple is touching the shoe itself, so that is something for you to keep. Also, if you put the shoes on your feet, you can tell right away if they're good or not. If they hurt in any way, the pain itself is not gonna go away. Keep this in mind. It's only gonna get worse over time. So as you put them on, they should feel natural. They should feel great on your feet. Then you know for sure those are the keepers, shoes for you to have. So those shoes right here, they're actually extremely comfortable. The only thing about them is because those are not leather apples on them, you get the squeaks. You get the squeaks that I really dislike. So this is something I think over time maybe it's gonna go out of it, but you get those interesting squeaks as you walk on this. That might be a game changer for you if you wanted to go for the cheaper version of those shoes, because not everybody likes to squeak when they actually walk. And you can hear it right now. As I move them, squeaking sound. That is not a good thing. Overall, a really nice feeling in them, feeling super comfortable in those feet. They're like slippers right inside. They feel good, they look good, they just make a little bit of unwanted noise here. This is probably the only thing that I dislike about them. and they have and give you a freedom of movement. So you can go up and down with them quite easily and without any constriction or any pain whatsoever. They look really nice, and you can see 360 view of those shoes being right on me. Also, you get a lot of laces in them. They feel very nice, the laces themselves, and double knotting. Definitely something to do, those shoes. They also have really nice looking tongs too, also made out of leather. This is all synthetic like material over here, except for those white things and a little bit here, which is leather mesh right there.